like this. She virgin, I took it. She said we should hook up the boyfriend and booger. Don't know me, then look her. I'm being the clouds. Pool full of Henny, I drink and I drown. Daytime better come correct. Ain't playing at your best, then you will get left. If it don't involve money, then I don't accept. If it don't involve money, then I don't accept.
Well, we've got 2 minutes to go on the timer, but I think actually I've done all of the stream checks that I needed to do. We're ready to go. Green screen's up. Music's playing well. Comment section alive and kicking. Hello to Grumbly, our moderator-in-chief, running the show there this evening. Great to see Blue Monkey Gaming checking in from New Jersey. Great to have you following the stream with us once more, buddy. A shout out to all the new people that have tuned in. Looking forward to some really good North America esports action on WoT Blitz. I guess we can push the button now. We're definitely not muted. We're already one up on our previous one. Amcoil is here too. Oh, fantastic. Really great to have some of the original OG fans here. So, absolutely super. So let's see if the stream deck is gonna grace us with some, well, alive and kickingness. Hey, it does! Good evening, guys. Hope you are having a cracking time. Looking forward, as much as I am, to the final stage of WoT Blitz qualifiers for the Professionals Tournament on the North America server. It's gonna be a blast. I'm absolutely sure of it. Music is a touch loud this end. Just gonna... I think that's good. We'll see. And when we get in the flow, everything will be fine. I'm here on my North America account. As you can see, the garage is very sparse. Spartan, one would say. We've got some premium tanks that we've bought days gone by. Otherwise, not much to see here. We don't even have premium account going at the moment. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. But yes, just to say, there is a 5-minute delay on the stream that's running this evening. This basically just prevents teams from stream sniping each other's lineups or tank positions on the map. And it's a bit of a standard thing that the commentators and streamers are running on Blitz at the moment. Particularly because on these games, the teams get the invite to the room 5 minutes before the game starts. So we are expecting an invite any minute now, in theory. In theory. But I mean, I would be expecting one, or I have been expecting one slightly sooner than this. And it's just been very stressful for me. It's been very stressful indeed. So if we don't get one through in the next minute, I will have a mini panic attack. Let's see, if we can't just ping Wargaming and say, hey, I'm not sure. It looks like we're going to be... It looks like we're going to be missing the first game. Which is... which is kind of heartbreaking. I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna hang on until the start time. Darren Patino asks if there's any ribbon things to open crates from watching this. To the best of my knowledge, there are no coins or ribbons or whatever weird name and symbol Wargaming are stuck in front of those available from this stream. As with the Twister 2018 streams where that was available, the information on that it was available and how to do it was in the video description below, and was communicated to us beforehand. Wargaming haven't done that yet. As I understand it, we'll be getting that kind of option or opportunity on the streams from the 6th of April onwards. Now, Let's see. We haven't had any invites. I daren't open this chat in case it's the clan chat. I'm in RGN. I'm in the Rain clan at the moment. Wargaming strikes again. I mean, you think you're annoyed by this. I'm staying up. It's 3 o'clock in the morning in Malta. I'm leaving for work at 6:30. Jesus Christ. So yeah, well, fingers crossed that we get an invite to the second room. Well, I'm gonna hang around and see if we get an invite to one of the other rooms. We've got a I think is I've got replays to show you, but I don't want to. I don't want to leave in case, like, I don't know, someone from Wargaming fixes me up with an invite. I've hit them up on Discord, but I'm aware that it's even earlier in the morning in Minsk. It's something like 4 or 5 a.m. I don't know what time they get up to do their job. So I know that the invites for the rooms are out. So, well, you know what? We can but watch a replay in the time being. Let's get our little camera over there. This is one, while Grumbly is up here doing the stream in the middle of the night. Oh, an E3 ace. Madness. Alright, let's just pop this on. So you're not just sat looking at my very lackluster garage. Oh. Well, Grumbly and an E3 from the WinterWar clan. Full Finnish clan on the EU server. We're on canals. Nice balanced teams. Good mix of TDs. Everyone's at tier 10, which is good to see. I'm trying to keep an eye on everything to make sure that if something does come through, we're ready to jump on it. Hopefully Grumbly, hopefully this game isn't too long. We'll watch this replay, then we'll dive into talking about the groups, the first stage, and then we'll see if we get an invite to the next battles. Alright, agreed. T62 Alpha is lamenting someone. Grumbly getting a nice early spot in.
Enemy armor is damaged.
It's a good hit. 630 damage. Slightly over average, I believe. Nothing to write home about. Green's a gun down early on. Grumbly in a nice position. Teeing up for another hit. Oh, good patience. And low rolled. 558. But sets up the E100 to get taken down by the green 263. One super heavy down a piece for each side in this match. Grumbly doing a good job. Nice positioning here. Playing the E3 a little bit boldly. I was concerned he was spending a lot of time up there. Nice roll into the new Chinese TD. I actually haven't been on the game a lot recently, so I don't know how this tank performs. And Grumbly needs to get stuck in there. Does. Blind fire, doesn't even bother with sniper mode. Why aim when you can just point and click? Now there's a 268. He needs to put pressure on it without getting overexposed. He will take one. No, he doesn't! The 268. The shell sails under Grumbly's chassis. Green team with nice map control. They've got a 268 up in the sniper tower. Behind the far cap. Grumbly looking for the shot. Gets it. Angles up nicely, pulling back. Over 3k damage. Toto, WZ113, not happy with the 263's performance. Grumbly with APCR, no chances.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
Living his best life. There is an AMX. Potentially. No, it's on the other side of the building. Grumbly was looking there. The AMX 50B. Perfect target for an HE shell. From the E3, it's 3-on-4. Green team not doing amazingly. The 263. Well, the 263 is going down. T62 Alpha below 50% hit points. Grumbly, well, he's got a lot of work cut out for him, and he starts it well. Picking up his third kill. It's now 3-on-2. Both of his allies are one-shots. The quality of the chat on the EU server is exceptional. We've lost the 263, but from the negative remarks he was getting earlier on from the WZ113 Green, that might not be the end of the world. And that was a perfect opportunity for an HE shell. He would have had to get through the armor, well, through the fence. Wise choice to push on the 263 first. Looking for the kill, gets it. 5k damage. Now down to a generous one-shot from the T62 Alpha. Green T62 Alpha working well with Grumbly here. Needs to be careful that he doesn't go. Grumbly has the 62 Alpha in his sights. Picks it up for 5,791 damage inflicted. Very well played. Nice teamwork from the T62 Alpha there with Grumbly. Grumbly picking up the Mastery Badge. Big shout out to this guy, FBI, French Brigade Invasion Clan. Actually, on Green Team, EQ, that's a good Russian clan on the EU server. So, about that, I mean, the Reds did have FUZ, so it was pretty good. It was nice to see. No invites through. Interestingly, I'm reading the comments now. Glenn Zeitz from Rain saying the first game was 7 versus 6. And then it was an easy victory for Rain. Well, actually, let's have a look. Do we have this open? Can we do this? Aha, we can do this. Living the dream. So, North America server, actually pretty good engagement numbers. It was opened to, I think, 120 something people, 124, 128. Anyway, there were a number of slots open. Only 70 teams registered. The top 4 from each group in the group stage went through, as I understand it, to the final stage. And now we've got 8 groups of 4, double elimination, best of 3. The top team from each group goes through. Rain, they played, or are playing, this is the group stage. Rain dispatching Defenders, Blood and Steel, and Medina Gatot? Whatever, they did well. Winning their group with, well, quite easily, and not doubted by anyone, I think. So Rain, apparently they've beaten Death Squad in the first one, Death Squad only bringing 6 players to the table. That's not a good start. And if we have a look at the guys from Rain, the team that we're intending to follow this evening, although given the difficulties, the technical difficulties we've had on the EU server, I'm not going to be holding my breath that we actually do end up following this Rain team, or Rain in general, actually. But it's Mo, Hated Fate, His Royal Fatness, Afro Panda, Haxi, Dragon Creek, Fishy, TJF Blue, and Nike, or Nike SB. Now, Mo, amazing battle commander, worked with him a bit on the EU server. A lot of lovely things said about him from various different offline events and other high-level competitions. Very proficient tournament team. RGN, of course, being one of the clans that emanated from the fallout of Twister 2018. Some Pramo guys, some Pincer guys, some guys from some other clans, uniting under a new banner, forming a new powerhouse on the North American server. So these are the ones to win, the ones to beat in Group 1. Their opponent, Death Squad, obviously, at least in statistics from random battles, not in the same league. Obviously, still very good players in general at Blitz to make it through to the final stage of this qualifying tournament, but they really do have their work cut out for them in this one. I'm sorry, I'm keeping my eye on the comment section. I can but apologize for not streaming. Which is for not streaming an actual esports tournament. You have to believe me that I stayed awake until 3 o'clock in the morning with the sole intention of bringing you World of Tanks Blitz esports content. I would not be up at this ungodly hour were I expecting anything different. So dropping into the actual in-game tournament thing, 70 out of 128 teams. Okay, there we go. And let's see if we can move the camera down there. That's better. Final stage. Rain still playing. Oh, Rain now to play Tempest. The next one is at 32. So we've got 21. We've got about 20 minutes before the next match. Actually, maybe we'll be following this game. Nope. This one is also at 30. Interesting. Very interesting. So we have about 20 minutes before before the next match comes. If we don't get an invite to one of those, I may just pull the plug on the stream and send a very firmly worded message on Discord to Wargaming, lamenting the lack of coverage that I was able to give to you guys. But fingers crossed we don't have to resort to such drastic measures. Actually, we can actually have a look at the groups in general. So basically, in the finals, well, it's double elimination. So although Rain are going to play Void's Tempest team in the next battle, we would expect the grand finals to be Rain versus Tempest. Certainly these are the guys to beat. Group 2, from what I've been hearing, it's pretty wide open. No one really knows who's going to be winning this one. We're expecting Rain's Chaos team to take Group 3. And let's actually just see quickly if we can just flick open. I had some predictions from a friend on North America. I believe it was Afrofish, whatever his actual in-game name is, Fishy. So one of the Rain players, anticipating Rain to win both their groups. Apparently we're backing, or at least he's betting on Vaughn to take the second group in a final versus Def V. Group 4, we're anticipating Straight's Aim True team versus Purple's UV team, with Purple picked to come out top on that one. Remains to be seen. Pincer Pramo final, Group 5. Pramo, the favourites to win that. Group 6, expecting a Void versus Purple. Void's Eclipse team. Hey guys. Versus Purple's Envy Us team. Void's Eclipse team, the favourites at least for Fishy in that one. Group 7, Pramo versus Def X in the finals. Expecting Pramo to win, although not sure. And actually a big shout out to SR71's Titanium team, one of the team heroes of the channel. So really great to see, the channel supported by Rain, Void, and SR71. And don't you know it, they've all got teams into the final stage of the qualifying tournament. So for me, that's great. And then in Group 8, well, Group 8's a tough one to call. Pincer. Is there Pincer in Group 8? I thought there was Pincer in Group 8. Pincer Team Scorpion. Although we can't really see it. So that's interesting. But basically, Pincer's Team Scorpion expected to beat C4XX Kaboom team. Remains to be seen. So the next invite coming through in 15 minutes. just confirmed there. Devastated. I am devastated. I'm so devastated. I'm going to make sure that my controls make sense, and I'm going to have a crack at playing a game myself. Alright. I mean, I think I can play like that. I don't know. Let's do it. I don't think I've actually played a battle on this vehicle. I don't have any equipment either. Oh my god. Well. What's this? On PC controls, with no equipment, on yellow ping, North America, at 3 o'clock in the morning. We can jump in and play one game. This is going to be painful. But we'll see what we can do. All the good players, in theory, should be playing the tournament. So, maybe I stand a chance. Maybe. Oof. We're in. Oh dear. Oh dear. What's the ping? What's the bet? Oh, we're also streaming as well. Oh, 170. Ah! I'm going to A. Wait, Z. F1. That's the most communication you're going to get out of me all game. Alright. 3 AM. No equipment. No crew skills. 170 ping. No team support. Run away! That's some solid. That is some solid team play. Really tremendous thank you, team. Now, how are we? Where are we going to defend? I've never played this tank before. I don't have it on my EU account. So it's a tank I've never played before with no equipment, no crew skills. 170 ping, 3 o'clock in the morning. Mid-stream. On PC controls. I mean, the odds are not favorable. Although the team seems to be doing really well. I have no idea how I made that. Don't worry, buddy. I got your back. Ah! Distinct lack of auto aim there. I mean, the fact that there's such a delay between me firing and my shells leaving the gun is just really disconcerting. So I'm kind of having to lead the shots. Ah! I will. Ah, it was my kill. I mean, the fact that the gun doesn't track, there's no auto aim. We're doing it. I mean, like, we're not doing well. Our team is carrying us. You know, credit where credit is due. Don't block me, you bastard. We are gonna mess you up, mate. We're gonna mess you up. We're gonna let him go first, though. Go on. He's fired.
Penetration.
Ah, I could have had that kill. Not bad. Not bad. I mean, wasn't good. It wasn't good. But it wasn't terrible. Go on, that was a... You were an effective player. And, well, you were a team player. Oh, I don't want to give out any dislikes. Poor Ready 75. Absolutely ruffle stomped. Swamped? Ruffle stomped. Okay. I'm not going to start another one. I do not want to miss the next invite. Also, I'm kind of riding my luck by playing under the aforementioned circumstances. So, let's have a look. Let's pretend like we're gonna get the invite. Let's work under that assumption. Let's go to the chart. Let's see, Rain versus WoT's Tempest. They're gonna be playing on Black Goldville. Join briefing. There you go. And in true, here's one I made earlier style. Here is one I made earlier. This is www.stratsketch.com. We're on the Rolling for Mints briefing. Looking at the Black Goldville map, this will be the first map that Void and Rain play on. Void's Tempest team versus Rain's main team. Well, Rain. The other Rain team is Chaos. So we'll say Rain and Chaos. We'll go by team names rather than clan tags. I think that's probably the best way to avoid confusion. So basically, Tempest and Rain will be playing on this map. It's a best of 3, so the first 2 games, Black Goldville swapping the spawns, obviously. And if we get there, if it goes 1 versus 1 point apiece coming out of this map, the tiebreaker will be on Canyon, which is one of my favorite Clan War tournament maps, actually, on Blitz. I really like the dynamic of that map. Of course, we're not there yet. We're actually going on to Black Goldville. It's an old map when it comes to tournaments and esports. As I was explaining on the EU server when we were looking at this one before, teams really kind of have like a mixed approach to this. This area here, if you're going for B and C are typically kept together. Teams going into C, getting in this area here, kind of up behind these rocks, elevated over C, is very important. It means you can crossfire down in over C and into the city, and also you can control the main approaches from the spawns. So even if you get C, you can harry TDs in the backline of the opposing team's spawn. So that's a key area for me. The B area, there's a big brawl sort of typically can happen around here, although what you will see are teams will normally leave, at least on the EU server, there'll be guns kind of in these areas looking to get shots across to reset B if a team makes a push for B. Now the team with the kind of dominance in terms of mobility, so the best kind of mix of fast tanks, Batchats, Russian mediums, E50Ms, even the WZ113 or T110 E5, pretty handy. Typically they will look to secure A early on, and then that gives them the option, well, one, it helps them get the camp pressure, and then they have the high ground advantage. They can push in towards B through a number of different ways, or they can kind of rotate background, maybe through their own spawn, to support their team. So it's a good map. The meta is kind of well known. There's not too many surprises that teams can throw each other on this map. I'm not sure about the North American server. Also, I'm not sure about the new dynamic that Rain are bringing to the table in relation to all of the other big kind of top name tournament teams like Pramo, Void, etc. So we'll have to see. The tank composition of each team is really going to inform how they tackle this map. It's not really a map where you can chop and change. Mediums don't perform well here around the C-cap area, and heavies, they can struggle around A. It costs a lot of time to go against the terrain resistance, to work your way uphill, bearing in mind the kind of the A1 area here in this cave is quite elevated compared to the sort of the most depressed part of the map, which is the road that runs basically along from A6 through to F2. So that kind of road here is the real low point in the map. Then there's a slight ridge here, but then basically everything southeast of B. This is on a relatively flat, even plateau, obviously with lots of hard cover obscuring the tanks. So we're hoping that we're going to be getting an invite through any minute. And we've got a platoon invite from Katsi. We've got a platoon invite from Grumbly. We've got a friend request from Grumbly. We've got a million chat things happening. So let's go back to the garage. Don't want to miss anything. And we're just waiting. We're waiting for that invite. We're like everything I can cross that is healthy to cross, I have crossed. That we get an invite through from Wargaming. If we don't, I mean, I'll send them one last ditch message, but I would have to pull the plug on the stream, because as fun as it would be to sit here watching me noob out on my North American account, I don't think we should subject ourselves to that at all. Crumbly he's saying he misclicked on Platoon. I was actually on the EU server. I was really struggling. I had so many friend requests and Platoon requests coming through, and I was trying to keep an eye out for the invites, which did eventually come. I had to basically say, look, I'm gonna start like blocking people that send me Platoon requests. Don't get any ideas, by the way. And Karate DCP from the Heat Clan asked what he misses. And the answer is, I haven't missed anything yet. We've had the first round, basically with the strongest versus weakest matchmaking principle. If we were going to miss a round, that would be the one to miss. So we haven't seen any tournament games. We've seen a replay from Grumbly, our stream moderator, who's very graciously staying up just as late as I am to help control the chat and communicate some things to you that I might not be able to do so for whatever different reason. Whilst running the stream and whatnot. And also I jumped in and I played a game on the T55 Alpha, which I think was my first and only game in that tank. A 100% win rate. Love it. Actually, not doing too bad in general. I've played 15 regular games and I have spectated 71 tournament games on North America. What? That's madness. Absolute madness. We're not doing too shabby. We're doing all right. We've got a purple win rate, so no complaints there. We really want that invite to come through. It's 0326. $32. Basically, in the next minute, we should get an invite. If we don't get an invite in the next minute, it's game over. And I encourage you to join me in writing a strongly worded Discord message to Wargaming. Strong, but polite, civil. We don't get anywhere any other way. But just kind of explaining. Yes! Oh, even the threat of it. Even the threat of it worked. There we go. Ah ha ha ha. Living the dream we're in. Cheers. Oh wow! Talk about your stressful moments. Well, the good news is we're in. The good news is we are going to see tournament tanking action this evening. We're now waiting for Void's Tempest team to show up. It is Supremacy. It is Black Goldville. Yes. So yeah, now I don't know what to say. I've been, the core of my content for the last half an hour has been lamenting Wargaming. I'm asking, praying for an invite. Now we've got it. It's magical. I feel great. I hope you feel it as great as I do. Just lovely, just lovely. 3 minutes to go. Probably for both teams here, Rain and Tempest, this is the first real test of their skills that they're getting in the qualifiers. Of course, the Professionals Tournament, it's the same format that the Twister Top 8 online finals had, which is pretty extensive. It's a huge commitment for a team getting into the Professionals Tournament. It's basically 3 nights of gaming a week for like a whole month. And it's 2 best of... I think they're taking a best of 5 format. They're doing double round robins between 8 teams. So that's a lot of battles. A lot of battles. And then they're ending it with the double elimination top 4. So, I mean, bearing in mind that the top prize, and this is just for an online component of a tournament, the top prize for the Professionals Tournament is $3,000 per team, which is not... It's not groundbreaking, but at the same time, like, you know, it's pretty good. It's better than gold. It's better than a tank. It's actual real world money. So there's a lot of reason to be in the Professionals Tournament. You get the badges and the camos and all the other good things. But for these guys, this is the first matchup where, you know, they're both probably thinking, it's serious now. Like, we're against it. Not that the other teams are not proper competitors, but this is probably the first matchup where they're nervous going into it, or they're aware that they can't make any mistakes. This is going to be a very unforgiving matchup. It's double elimination. Neither team has lost a fixture yet, but it is best of 3. So, you know, teams have got to be super confident and execute their strategies flawlessly. Worth noting as well, actually, Wargaming have started letting teams put in spectators. And unfortunately, I'm taking one of the spectator spots for Rain. So they only have 1 spectator in the wings. Void's Eclipse team will have 2 spectators. And that's not something to be underestimated, because you could, in theory, have the team commander, the team captain, the battle caller, the person calling the shots, telling people who to go where, etc., operating from free cam. That frees them up to lead the team rather than drive their vehicle. And that can actually be a force multiplier. So, I don't know if this is something that we might see Wargaming leaning towards more in the future, or if it's just an artifact of them exploring the kind of options available to them in the existing in-game tournament format. Certainly, fingers crossed, this could be really good. So, 1 minute to go. It looks like teams are set and ready. We see Tempest have got a advantage. Well, no, not necessarily. They're taking double bat shots. I know they do have the advantage. Double bat shots 140, triple IS 43. Tempest with the advantage on A on the medium, going uphill towards the medium cap. Rain, we are ready. We're good. With a bat shot 140. No, double 140. Okay. It's kind of equally matched. Teams taking very similar lineups. The key difference, of course, being more 140s for Rain compared to Tempest. Also, Rain using double 268s. Double IS4. No. Yes, double IS4. That's not an easy call. Teams could be going anywhere now. It's worth bearing in mind that both teams are going to go in. They're going to see each other's lineups now. They're looking at the same screen we are. They're seeing each other's lineups for the first time. So they've kind of gone into the game with a battle plan. Now they've seen their lineups. They're thinking, we have to change X, Y, Z to flex on this, to adapt to our opponent's lineup. And we're on his Royal Fatness Batchat 25T. And he is, it looks like he's going for a quick cap on B, or is he getting some quick spots on? Paying attention to the minimap, Rain with a bit more of a dominant leaning towards the A cap. The double 268's also going up there. Let's get free cam. Mocha and his Royal Fatness mirrored position. Mocha slightly further on B. We are seeing Middle Earth. Then that's what we're saying, like having tanks spotting B to stop the cap. Positive supporting Mocha. So we've got the E3 and the Batchats in the middle. That makes sense. The Batchats can use the speed to come in to support AJ Gamer 7. He is, well, he was spotting up A. Now he's pulling back using the IS-4s, triple IS-4s to cover. No hit points lost on either side. Is it triple or double? It's triple. Icebreaker duo, K-Dog 76, Typhoon Tip. Typhoon Tip is really isolated, and we're seeing Tempest flexing now towards C and B. Looks like the Batchats are going to start the cap simultaneously. Rain responding, Typhoon Tip in isolation. Rain not dealing with him. No one really able to stop Mocha. Potentially Mo. Mo not quick enough. And it'll be Tempest. Oh, Mo takes a huge hit from Middle Earth. Middle Earth firing unspotted. And Rain, 2 caps down. Bleeding hit points. His Royal Fatness has bitten off far more than he can chew. He's on a drum reload. But here comes the cavalry. Hated Fate and TJ hammering in. His Royal Fatness on the drum reload. TJ looking for the kill on positive. Picks it up. AJ Gamer in a whole pile of trouble. Hated Fate, TJ, Afro Panda, his Royal Fatness, Dragon Krieg. Rapid kill, 2-gun advantage in the favor of Rain. They really responded to that push. Nike SB trying to stop the B cap, but he's getting denied by Middle Earth. Typhoon Tips come down from the A cap. Now the pressure is on Rain to regroup. They're about to lose 2 guns as well. Mo, great IS-4 commander here. He's going to be looking for a shot. Gives one in to K-Dog. We've lost Nike SB, but now Rain have regrouped. They are hammering away. Hit points neck and neck. Tempest with a good cap point lead. It's still a gun advantage to Rain. Rain went straight in to secure the city, and now they're clearing out the middle. It's 5 on 3. Hit points, though, in the favor of the 3. Icebreaker duo, Typhoon Tip. They still lead on cap points, although they are now bleeding. His Royal Fatness in danger of going down. Afro Panda goes down to Typhoon Tip. His Royal Fatness brawling, going down to Middle Earth. Potentially. Oh, TJ! Savior. His Royal Fatness thanking his lucky stars. TJ moving in now in the 268 on Icebreaker duo. It's been very close. Rain won't have been comfortable with this game at all. And now Dragon Krieg getting stuck into Icebreaker. The 140 putting in some damage. Hated Fates with the final kill. And Rain, beautiful push across in to mop up the 2 isolated tanks in the city. I was really concerned that the Batchat, his Royal Fatness, was going down, but the cavalry came, and oh boy, did they clear up the shop in the city area. Great damage numbers. The 140s, these Russian mediums, they were hugely in meta in Twister 2016. Then with the various buffs to heavies, nerfs to premium ammunition, they've kind of fallen out of favor. It's nice to see teams finding a way to use these tanks effectively at long last. Spawns are going to swap up now. It'll be interesting to see, do the tactics change as well? It looks like Tempest are sticking with the double Batchats. Double Batchats, very dangerous pairing. Obviously, the Batchat is a clipping tank, 3 shots, close to 1k damage on average. 2 Batchats working together in a wolf pack can burn down a tank in 1 pass if RNGesus plays his hand right. So it looks like Rain are stepping away from the Batchat, leaning more towards a heavy formation. Still got double 140s, still taking a 268, but quadruple IS4, that's the core, that's the linchpin of this new strategy we're seeing. I would anticipate Rain to kind of be pushing into C with this lineup, but I'm not sure. Because they do have the option to go for A, it just will mean that the first 30 seconds, they're not in a position to attack as aggressively as they might like. Tempest, though, with the 140 double Batchat, they have speed and maneuverability on their side, backed up by a triple IS4 core and the E3. The E3, hugely instrumental for Tempest in the last game. hopefully will be another key piece for them going into this one. It's currently 1-0 to Rain. It's match point best of 3 of Rain. Win this one, they go through to the next stage. And we're going in. Rain, red team, north spawn. Tempest, blue team, south spawn. Oh, I'm excited. I don't know if you can tell. Brilliant. Live for this sort of stuff. Let's go across the table. Let's look at AJ Gamer 7. He is hammering his way up to A. The Batchat's playing around B. Dragon Krieg in his Royal Fatness. Double 140s from Rain. Moving up. Dragon Krieg spotted. His Royal Fatness spotted as well. The IS-4s are coming up to A. Rain have left TJ in the 268 Chaser and Mo in the IS-4 playing Overwatch on B. And Positive. No, Mocha takes a hit from Mo. Not able to cap B. B's been denied. Rain with over a 1000 HP lead at the moment. They've chipped away a bit of HP, but I think they started off with slightly more just in terms of tank composition. Afro Panda, IS-4 skill camo, subtle, tasteful. He's side scraping, using the soft cover. Great technique here. Nike SB, the IS-4. Hold down. TJ has taken an absolute flogging. Although Rain do have the cap. Mo, now we're seeing... Well, TJ has lost a lot of HP. That must have been Moncho duty. The E3, TJ is wisely pulling back. Mo potentially in a bit of a sticky situation if he hangs around for too long. Because over here, we've got Positive and AJ Gamer, Batchat 140. Well, they've capped C. And Mocha, he's trying to get B, but it won't work. He won't be able to do this. But if he does, it will be all of the... Oh, dear. That's hugely fluffed play by Mocha. Maybe having some lag there. But Mo doing a really good job of defending B. Rain with the cap lead by about 60. And they flexed away from A. And the Void... Well, the Tempests are pushing up to A. Rain are dropping the hammer on B. This also gives them the chance to push into C. I think Rain don't know exactly where all of Tempest are. But certainly Nike and Hated Fate have dug into B, and that's a tough cap to get. So the fact that they've got it at quite an early stage in the game is very encouraging. Mo proxy spotting here. Tempest have got a lot of legwork to do. Nice hit into Typhoon. Typhoon trying to get stuck into Mo. Should be able to penetrate the side. Not able to penetrate, and now we're seeing the brawl. Icebreaker duo, Typhoon tip. Head on, it's Moncho duty and Hurricane coming in from the side. Mo engaging Typhoon. And he goes down to Icebreaker. That's a huge loss for Rain. And it's breaking down into a brawl in the middle. Who's going to come out on top? Who's got guns where? Rain have got B and C. They've got the cap lead. They've got 2 caps to 1. They just have to keep their guns in the game. They've taken down AJ. They've taken down Typhoon. They've taken down Mocha. They've taken down Icebreaker duo. Where are these kills coming from? Rain mopping up. TJ looking for the hit on Positive. Doesn't quite get it. And the cap point storming in the favor of Rain. Rain absolutely dominating here in the middle. Dragon Krieg and his Royal Fatness must have been the damage dealers for a lot of this. Dragon Krieg to pick up the kill on Moncho. No, his Royal Fatness. Now Hurricane goes down to Afro Panda. Positive goes down to Nike SB. And that was a much more comfortable victory for Rain. There was a moment there where Tempest looked like they were in the ascendancy. Typhoon, Icebreaker duo, Hurricane, AJ, they all came barreling over into the B area. That must have been something Rain expected because the response was absolutely superb. And TJ crushing the damage numbers. The IS-4 skills doing really well. Mo, I mean, he lasted much longer than he should have. And it really goes to show what a great player he is. He really bought his team time there around the B cap. And Rain beating Tempest sort of comfortably 2-0. Rain were better on the second game, but the first game very shaky. and they came back with a much better plan in the second one. So that is very encouraging indeed. For Rain, Tempest will need to regroup. If we go and have a look now at the tournament brackets, Tempest will be going down, and we can see here, Dunn lost to Rain, went and played Zombies. Zombies are now out. Zombies, of course, having lost to Tempest and lost to the Death Squad. So now Tempest go and they will be playing Death Squad in about, well, hopefully we should get the invite to this one in about 15 minutes. So fingers crossed there. And it looks like Rain are in the grand finals. Yes, Rain are in the grand finals. Having dispatched both opponents, Death Squad in the semis, Tempest in the upper brackets of the finals. So they wait for their next opponent. We will hopefully be seeing Tempest play Death Squad. I won't make any promises, you know, but hopefully we will be able to catch that match. And then we should definitely, again, no promises, we should definitely then see the winner of Death Squad and Tempest play Rain in the grand finals, best of 3. Rain looking dominant though, very encouraging. If we scroll our way down through the different groups, Vaughn into the grand finals. So Fishy's predictions coming true so far for groups 1 and 2. Group 3, it looks like Chaos have beaten, well, Rain's Chaos team have beaten Defenders. They're in the grand finals as well. Fishy's predictions still holding true. Purple's UV team into the grand finals. Straight's Aim True team. This is, I believe, well, yes, they lost to Purple 0-2. DMG, Dark Magician Girl, captaining this team. For Straight, be very interesting. They're a bit of a wild card on the NA server. They've got some crazy strats. We commentators, we love them for their madness that they bring to the field. But we're fully expecting Straight to dispatch their next opponent and then face Purple's UV team for a rematch in the grand finals of Group 4. Group 5, Pramo Fishy is still doing us well and true on his predictions. Pramo through to the grand final. Looks like they beat Pincer 2-0. Pincer's Spectre team, sorry, there's like a fly like just harassing me. Pincer's Spectre team, we expect them to dispatch their next opponent, then go for the rematch against Pramo in Group 5. Void's Eclipse team into the grand finals. Again, Fishy is just calling it all right. They haven't played the Purple team yet though. We are expecting Purple's Envious team to play Eclipse in the finals. Although, interestingly, Flash Thunder beat Purple. This is the vagaries of best of 3. It's so harsh. So Purple, you know, pretty. I mean, this is a pretty solid team. And Flash Thunder, also a solid team, to be fair. They're going in for a rematch. So Flash Thunder have to beat Purple's Envious team again in order to try and beat Void's Eclipse team. Eclipse, of course, being the favorite. Cora, V-Glory, Rob78, Cade18, Tan, the legend, Tan too strong, Coyote Tango, N13, Odium, Lone Ranger, 777. Those are the names. That is the team to beat in Group 6. Group 7. Interesting. Group 7, people said it's a tough one to call. I think Fishy said he was expecting Pramo versus Def X, Defender X in the grand finals. The SR71 Titanium team still playing Pramo. Not in the grand finals, but in the finals of the upper bracket. So probably we're expecting, or we're anticipating, Pramo or Titanium to win this one. And then it looks like DefX are out. Fishy, your first incorrect prediction has come true. So Defender lost to Titanium and then lost to Crimson Tide. So the loser of Pramo Titanium will play Crimson Tide, and then the winner of that will play the whoever won out of Titanium and Pramo. So Group 7, still not really very clear. Pincers, this group is broken. I don't know what's displaying here. There are not two Team Vapors. But Pincers, Team Scorpion have managed to escape whatever madness is there. They're through into the grand finals. They've beaten C4 XX Kaboom and V2 Vapor. I think C4 XX are out. They are. They lost to Scorpion, and Cruel's Fearless team is the one we can't see. So actually what we're going to see is V2 Vapor versus Cruel Fearless, and then the winner of that will play Pinta Scorpion in the grand final. So it's looking pretty good. There's a good mixture of clans making their way into the kind of the grand finals. Hopefully we'll have a nice diverse top 8, the professionals tournament. Certainly I feel really good about the North America clan scene at the moment. It's not Pramo versus Pramo versus Pramo versus Purple anymore. Not that that was a bad thing. Such a powerhouse, led by Mike Kane. He's a great guy. Chat to him a bit on Discord as well. He did a lot to help out this channel during the Twister 2018 season. Offered a lot of really good advice. Very confident player. A great mind. Really good person to talk to. So big shout out to you, Mikey, if you're watching. But for me, it is refreshing to see a little bit of diversity into the North American scene. With kind of the splintering of some Pramo elements into the wider clan environment. So yeah, we'll see. But it's looking very positive for North America at the moment. We're just waiting for that invite. It should be coming through in the next 5 minutes or so. Let's just check. I'm anticipating that we're going to see Death Squad versus Tempest on Fort Despair. So let's see if we don't have one that we made earlier. There we go. Let's go over to StratSketch. Hey, there we go. We're on StratSketch. Another rolling for Minsk room. Please submit your votes to Wargaming. There's no official channel for it, but you know, we can but keep pushing for that. StratSketch, if you don't use it, www.stratsketch.com. Free resource for World of Tanks Blitz, and even I think PUBG has some maps on here now as well. So worth checking out. Basically, let's see if we can't get the tool up. Little pinger, there we go. What I was doodling on the map before on the EU server, teams, if they're going to try and contest the outside, the medium cap environment A, what they need to be doing is sending tanks out behind A. Typically that's your fast Russian mediums, your Batchats, and even your Chinese heavy, the WZ-113, looking to lock down this area. The advantage of this is you deny your opponent effective use of this alley, this kind of corridor. You protect everything kind of left of this yellow line, and you can provide cover to your team. You can get cross shots in through here. You can provide cover to your team. The team can operate more effectively around B. What we've been seeing though, and certainly what we're seeing from the EU server, teams like putting TDs in these kind of positions. Typically we see a heavy formation kind of going around here. And we can say that, let's say that there's like, well, let's get rid of these doodles. Typically a medium, 2 mediums going there. Like something like this, obviously, you've only got 7 tanks. You don't want to split yourself too far. Actually, what we can do through the powers, the magical powers of StratSketch, because StratSketch is just such a great resource. We can look at the different things that we had before. We did the Challenge to Start event, and I actually did a video dissecting the strategy on Fort Despair between Void and Pramo. So let's join that briefing. Oh, look at this. So this was the Void versus Pramo. My god, didn't we just go to town on this one? So these were you can see the tanks that were taken. T62 Alphas, Quadruple IS-4, 268 Batchat. I think this was his Royal Fatness. Pramo snuck that bat chat in there. It led to the IS4 from WoT going down very, very quickly, shall we say. And you can use strat sketch for all sorts of things. So again, TDs playing the 268 here, E3 here. We can illustrate the motion, and these are all at different timestamps. I've done a whole video dissecting this match. It was super interesting to kind of go through the gameplay, like literally. Oh, we've lost our music. Yes, we want to continue watching. To go through the gameplay basically in 30-second time windows, look at the rotations, look at where the kind of the good calls, the good plays, the good flexes were, where the mistakes were, where the cap pressure was. And this is, you can see here basically in the first game, yeah. In the first game, in the Challenge of Stars event, basically at about 3.5 minutes into the battle, the game devolved into a brawl around the B cap. Both teams had lost a tank. Prama went into the brawl with 9,400 HP. WoT went into the brawl with 6,200 HP. You don't need to be a genius to see that was a good first 3.5 minutes for Pramo in terms of trading effectively in HP. Then you can go into the second game. You can see what they were doing at the kind of 30-second window. Going into that second game again, 183 from Pramo. E3, lots of IS4s, mouse tanks. So, yeah. There's lots of options here. And for me, God, don't we love a good doodle. We're just waiting for that invite now. For me, Fort Despair is it's a great battlefield for clan wars, for esports, for tournaments. It's a nice balanced map. The spawns are quite, how to say, the spawns are actually, they're very symmetrical. And actually here, WoT beat Pramo. They won on cap points. They had a really good comeback in the second game. So it's a really interesting, and it's one of those maps where it's because it's quite flat, but there are little mini terrain elevations. There are lots of good kind of levels of hard cover. You can never really be too complacent. So there's lots of options. There are, like Black Goldfield, there's a standard meta, but unlike Black Goldfield, there's a lot more. After the opening engagement, there's a lot more different ways that teams can rotate, adapt to what their opponents are doing, and throw a spanner into the works. So for me, it's a great map, and I really hope that we get an invite through. And I'm starting to get worried that we're not going to get one. So, when is that match starting? 3:04. Okay, we've still got time. We've still got time. You know it. You know it. I'm really hoping. This is what happened on EU server, actually. We didn't get the first game, then we got the second game, and then we were following other games within the group. So in theory, we should get that invite through. So, not at a loss. So, I mean, there's lots of different options. Certainly, on Fort Despair, teams can really, I mean, they can either focus on one flank, or they can kind of hedge their bets, focus on sort of all three. Certainly, I would kind of divide Fort Despair up into sort of I would say there's three viable, distinct environments. You have the heavy area C, which is basically here. This is effectively, if something happens here, it's relatively disconnected from other things happening in the map. You then also have this kind of this channel over B, which is a very distinct brawl environment, and it's sort of these ramps here that IS4s, IS7s love to fight on. That kind of is part of that environment, but it's also roughly separate and is also part of this wider A environment. This very large open section of the map. And the area between B and C, this kind of no man's land, forget it. Unless you are doing some kind of crazy mouse rush strategy, if you're in that part of the map, you've done something wrong. That's my opinion. Although we did see WoT did do some sneaky like flanking shenanigans here, but the fact that you have to do sneaky flanking shenanigans means you're on the back foot. So this is the kind of area where you see teams in these kind of windows doing fire controlling, getting nice spots out across on each other's team, and I think that's actually, you see this, yeah. So you see here, for example, WoT team with the T57, great view range, great control over this middle part of the map. And the 268 similarly. We've got the room invite. Wonderful. Wonderful. We've got the room invite. Enough of me nattering on strat sketch. It's boring. No one likes it. It's been done before. We're seeing Dun versus WoT Tempest. WoT Tempest losing to Rain 2-0. They're going to be hoping that they can beat Dun. And then, well, the Death Squad, Dun's Death Squad, and then can go and have a rematch against Rain in the Grand Finals, Group 1. The winner of that match, of course, going through to the professionals. So it's not over for Rain. They've still got a lot of work to do. And as we saw, Tempest gave Rain a bit of a headache in the first game on Black Goldfield. And that's something Tempest can bring to their fixture next if they beat Death Squad. It won't be an easy ride for Rain. Just looking at this. Well, Grumbly is saying it's 5 a.m. SWAT OB is saying, why are you watching Blitz at 4 a.m.? I don't know. I have to be here streaming at 4 a.m. because it's live. I don't really have a choice. We've got 3 minutes to go. So yeah, we've got 4 minutes to go. Let's get the camera into the battle position, so I don't end up obscuring some important part of the game. Thank you for the compliment, Flying Dutchman. I'm glad you're enjoying the commentary. If you are watching the stream, please do, if you are enjoying it, if you're liking the commentary that we're putting out this evening at 4 o'clock in the morning in Malta, please do be sure to smash that like button. I don't know, whatever YouTubers are saying these days, just like the video. It's nice, costs you nothing, makes me happy Rolly. And also, if you're not subscribed to the channel and you want to follow World of Tanks, Blitz, esports play in general, please do subscribe. That will help you stay up to date with all of the lovely stuff on the channel and convince Wargaming that I'm worth sending to events and covering more esports events like this one. So yeah, the little things in life. Also, if you're not on my Discord server, the link to that is in the video description below. You're all very, very welcome. So do come and join us on Discord. We are esports focused for the most part. I mean, we're getting there. We're warming up the season, and also I will be streaming the majority of the North American games of the professionals tournament, focusing on Saturday evenings. It's not a school night, well, a work night for me, so it's pretty forgiving. It's not like staying up until 6 in the morning and then going to work like I am today. So, just waiting now. We've got 2 minutes to go. Fort Despair, looking at Death Squad's lineup, they can't really be taking a tier 9. How did they make it this far in the tournament with taking tier 9s? I don't believe it. I don't think a DJ Man is taking the KPF PZ70. I don't believe it. Back in 2016, even 2017, when many people didn't have a lot of tier 10 options, sometimes you would see tier 9s used viably in tournaments, but I think 2019 we should be past that as an option. But you never know, maybe there's a specific reason they're bringing that tank. Maybe it can do something that no tier 10 can, although I find that hard to believe. It looks like Death Squad, double mouse, double E3, IS4, 215B, I wouldn't be surprised if we see the 215B playing in one of those window spots we were talking about before. The E3s occupying the TD spots. Mouse is playing aggressively on either C or B. I think Death Squad are foregoing A. They don't have any mobility to contest A across the table. Void's Tempest team. Again, no real speed options. There's the 50B, but it's very tall, very soft. Doesn't really have the right sort of chassis to play the that outside medium area. It will just get obliterated by an E3. There'll be a HE round with Positive's name on it, and he will go down in a ball of fire very, very quickly. So potentially, I am anticipating both teams to be contesting B and C. I'm not really expecting anyone to be going wide on A. Certainly, with the higher number of IS4s, Tempest should have a better time of playing that ramp area above B. We have to see, though. So Tempest, the ones to beat. Dunn's Death Squad, the underdogs. But boy, don't we love a good underdog story. Going in now for some more tank-on-tank action. Exciting times indeed. Dunn's Death Squad, red team North Spawn versus Void Tempest, blue team South Spawn. No one, it looks like Death Squad are not playing hard on C. Positive, getting some nice shots. That 50B. 50B getting some great crossfire in. He's done 2 shots worth of damage. Dodged some incoming fire as well. I don't believe it. ADG man LM is playing in a tier 9. Is he AFK? What's he doing? I have no idea. That is a novelty for me. But it looks like Viv and ADG man 90 are doing a good job of capping B. Dunn's Death Squad, red, should be capping B, but Typhoon Tip, he's made short work of C. He'll be coming in on the rear, and this is the sneaky flanking shenanigans we were talking about. It's not needed, but it's about to deliver a whole load of hurts. Deadshot getting nice cover in. Typhoon Tip looking to put in some hurt into the back of Viv. Viv in trouble, joining ADG man 90, pushing Hurricane. Well, Hurricane Ike. And Middle Earth to take down. No, Typhoon Tip. Sneaking out there to take down Viv. Death Squad looting a mouse early on. Nice load of damage. Hurricane Ike going to take down ADG man, or is it Positive? It is Hurricane Ike. Nonchady getting some nice bounces in. The FP215B and E3, they take down K-Dog 76. It's a gun down. Well, it's a gun advantage to Tempest. They've got C. C's been ticking over very safely. Typhoon Tip making a great cap there. And now Positive in the 50B, safely capping B. Typhoon Tip doing some really great work. But he is about to get a lot of pressure. It's going to be Dragon 259 and Troy. Although they started focusing Positive. And now Hurricane Ike comes in. He's not needed. Troy 61 goes down. Deadshot 08 is down. And it is the tier 9 and a E3 Typhoon Tip with a kill on the E3. And last man standing is a tier 9. That is absolute insanity. Like, I want to make a crazy analogy about bringing guns to, or knives to gunfights, but I think a knife would be too generous a term for a tier 9 in a high level tier 10 tournament. I know tier 9s are viable, you can bring them, but you really shouldn't. Good damage numbers on the board for Tempest, almost double above Death Squad. Done in a bit of a bind there. Their mouse tanks not really going down for much of a show. They did manage to kind of pressure B, but they had no real support. There wasn't a lot of synergy in Dunn's approach to capping B there, and Tempest really took advantage of that. very well done to Positive. He played that window spot very well in the 50B. It was an aggressive move. It could have been punished by an HE shell from a TD, but they weren't. Dunn's Death Squad weren't looking for that. And it looks like we're seeing another tier 9. Does this guy have any tier 10 vehicles? The answer to that question is no, he does not. He has 2 tier 9s. So this one is pretty much a foregone conclusion unless Death Squad have got an absolute cracking strategy up their sleeve. But it is unlikely. Tempest probably will be going through to the finals to play Rain. Rematch for them. And the quality of Void's, well, of Void's Tempest team is really showing through here. You know, they took a bit of a bruising from Rain in the first game we saw this evening. But now we are really seeing them in a different light, shall we say. We're getting ready. It's exciting times. We're waiting. We're back in. Spawns have been swapped. Done. Death Squad, red team. South spawn, blue. It's Void's Tempest team. They are... well, they are the ones to beat. We think they're going to have a bit of an easy time of it. No real changes to the lineups here from... well, no, actually, Death Squad have dropped a mouse, stuck in a WZ113 instead. Don't know how much that will help them. Positive, again, he's already got the Professionals tournament camouflage. He knows what he's doing. No spots, though, this time. The mouse spotted, and again... punishing, looking for the second shot, gets it. He'll be firing APCR and less than 300 damage. Going for the drum reload. That's a nice little bit of damage done early on to the mouse. KDog76 getting pushed on, takes a bit of damage from ADG Man 90. Middle Earth in the E4 takes some damage, but ADG Man, oh, now this is interesting. The WZ113 from Death Squad, great position. He's actually been able to dig out a really core part of the map, and this is what we were talking about earlier on Strat Sketch, and that has really put the pressure on KDog. And now, although Void have got, well, they've got C and they've got a 2k cap advantage, hit point advantage, sorry, but KDog and FBG, the E3, have gone down. ADG Man's going down to Hurricane Ike. Boom. And he's going to start getting pressure on B as well. CB looks like Positive and AJ Gamer will be going across. AJ Gamer getting stuck into the VT. The VT firing from the spawn, but he is effectively a gun out of the fight. Hurricane Ike barreling into Dragon 259. Dragon 259 can make this shot. It's not an impossible pen. Uses HE for 300 damage. It's not a lot. Positive hammering Dragon 259 with all 3 shots from the clip. We're seeing Deadshot.08 and AGG Man pushing into AJ Gamer. AJ Gamer's got one in the chamber. Oh no. And Positive is about to have some more shots loaded. This is the one to watch. Who's he going to focus? He's going for the 113. It's a really strong game for Tempest again. Positive blowing smoke off the gun. Now he's pushing in on the VT. VT is the last man standing. Positive hoping to mop up, although he could be one-shotted. Alas, it is not to be, and he'll have the drum roller. He'll be able to get 2 shots off into the VT before the VT is reloaded. In theory. Oh! Icebreaker duo saving his bacon. AGG Man LM lamenting the presence of lag. Tell me about it. But that was another very convincing win. Dunn's Death Squad doing all that they can, but really outclassed by Tempest in that matchup. Tempest with some pretty solid strats, nothing exceptional. Really great play, I have to say. Positive was really playing the 50B very, very well from the window and then flexing on into the enemy team going through that no-go zone that I said really shouldn't be visited. So, really good play by Tempest. They're going to be hot on the pursuit of that rematch with Rain. Let's see how long we've got to wait for that one to kick in. That is going to be at 36, so that is 20 or so. We've still got a lot of time. We've got about 15 minutes until the invite is through. Let's have a look. Normandy, Dynasty's Pearl. Let's join a briefing. I made one with Normandy in earlier. And let's go there now. This is Normandy. It's the newest map. I think it's the newest map. I think it's okay to say it's the newest map. It's the newest map in World of Tanks Blitz. So it's still largely unexplored in terms of the meta, what people can do where. So I wasn't really, and we saw, well, I saw at least, I don't know about you guys, the video is there on the channel, you can find it if you look back through the video history section, whatever it's called. We saw Eros beat their opponent, Tercios, Spanish clan, quite comfortably 2-0 on this one. The meta for me still largely unknown. Eros carving out a very interesting strategy on their first game. They played from the south spawn. They used E3 2268 with an IS4, 140 and Batchat. And the IS4, let's see, the IS4 played around D. The Batchat and the 140 were kind of loose agents here, spotting. Their opponents, 6 IS4s and a 140. The opponents basically iron-fisted. They just pushed. Huge 7-tank push over here. They managed to kill the IS4, but they got absolutely punished for it. This map could really be a great map for TDs. So that's something worth considering, something to pay attention to. There's lots of really good long lanes of fire and lots of soft cover. Good opportunities, good positions for TDs. Lots of unexpected spots for TDs to operate from on Normandy. And that's what we saw Eros use very, very well in the grand finals of Group 6, I think, of the EU server. What I said then, but before, and what I'm going to say now, I think it still holds true. The desert is a bit of a no-go area. Not the desert, the beach. It's sand, it's sand. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, leave me alone. Yeah, I think we're not really expecting players to be here unless they absolutely have to be. You can do any kind of flanking shenanigans on the west side of the western half of the map perfectly fine through A. Typically what we've also been seeing is kind of TDs or spotting tanks operating in these positions here. There's nice soft cover either side of that hard cover bunker, and that provides kind of good cover. You can keep awareness at the beach, you can spot A, you can spot these kind of flanking opportunities. So teams, bearing in mind of course that the map is like this, the CD area is much more elevated compared to A. It's on a very strong slope, and what we've seen is teams really favor getting the slower tanks up here. In the second game of Eros Tercios, Eros actually won by having their tanks, their slower tanks up around CD, the faster tanks playing loose down here, and they launched a really strong coordinated push. They were playing from this spawn, a really strong coordinated push on some tanks up here. Tercios had sent some of their slower tanks sort of to this area. By the time those tanks had turned around, battled through the terrain resistance, already there was a strong gun and HP advantage in the favor of Eros. So that's another thing to bear in mind. The terrain resistance factor on this map is very real. If you send slow tanks sort of west of B, it's going to take them a hell of a long time to join the fight up here. Conversely though, you can use very fast tanks like the 140, amazing terrain resistance numbers. The Batchat basically flies. You send those tanks downhill, they can join the fight very quickly up here. So teams that use that kind of terrain mechanic in their favor and are aware of that have an advantage. At least in my opinion. I mean, who knows? Could be proved very, very wrong any minute now. It's always worth bearing in mind. So we're here. Let's have a look through. Let's see what's happening in the finals, in finals land. On the what music are we listening to? This is not what we're about. We're looking for something more like punchy. God knows, I've got it on random on shuffle. We're using no copyright sounds. The accreditation and the link is in the description below. Copyright free, God bless them, and their little cotton socks. It means that we can use the music without worrying about any of those copyright strikes being hit on us. So, let's see. We know Rain are playing Tempest. Group 2, what's happening here? Def V versus Von. That is the prediction so far. Fishy predicted Group 1 and Group 2, the finals perfectly. Group 3, now he was expecting Def versus Rain. He's got it. It's 3 for 3 in terms of picking finalists. Is Group 4, he was thinking Purple versus Straight. 4 for 4. Group 5, he said Pramo. Fishy had said Pramo versus Pincer. He's not wrong. Group 6. Now, there was an upset early on. Flash Thunder beat Purple's Envious team. But we're predicting Eclipse versus Purple Envious. And we don't actually have the results of this matchup yet, which makes me think that it's gone to a tiebreaker, which is very interesting. Very interesting indeed. So this Group 6 still to resolve, still playing out, probably going to a 2-1. Who knows who it's in favor of. Flash Thunder beat Purple in the earlier matchup. They beat them 2-1. Maybe Purple have been able to return the favor, maybe not. That would be the first upset for the predictions of Fishy. And we were predicting here Pramo versus Def X. That's already gone. Although Pramo are through. The question is, who are they through to? Hated! Oh no! Condolences, Team Titanium from SR71. Was rooting for you as supporters of the channel, but they were shut down by Crimson Tide. Crimson Tide by Hated. Lost to Pramo, beat the other two teams in the group. Now to rematch Pramo's Latam team. So we don't know. All to play for. Group 8. We were expecting a C4XX versus Pincer. So C4XX are out. Now is it Cruel or V2? It's Cruel. Cruel's fearless team. So lots of good matches coming up. Hopefully we'll get a nice diverse top 8. We're just waiting for that invite. I can see someone is wrestling with Grumbly in the chat. Keep the chat friendly, guys. We're all here. We all love WoT Blitz. We're all enjoying the esports competitive side of things. I'm not moderating the chat. That's why we've got lovely volunteers from the community in to do the job for us. I'm also a volunteer, that being said. So no one's getting paid for this. The only people potentially getting paid even a tiny bit of money are those who go on to win or come in the top 3 positions on the professionals tournament. For the rest of us scrubs, it is what it is. So we're having fun. Do we dare click the chat? Oh dear. Oh, Gene David now from the Old Warriors clan. Oh, Habibi. Thank you. I will keep doing my best. That is very kind. That is very, very kind indeed. We're doing it because we really enjoy. Rolling Swarm, really enjoy esports. They've loved it since it started on Blitz. Played with alongside some really great teams. R2K, Legion, Eros, big game team. Been a part of some really great clans like Irma, AFK. For me, the community experience is fantastic. So to be able to do this kind of thing and for you guys to enjoy it is, that's just cracking. So, Saxy from Rain, love you too. Blue Monkey Gaming, Want to do a toon game? Okay. After last tournament match, we can do one toon game. Do I have... I think I only have tier 7. I have tier VI and IX though. LOL. It's TJ. I'm sad. Me too. But it has been fixed-ish? Question mark. Rosu. I too enjoy a good cookie. Katzi. Love you too, mate. Levi. Love you too, mate. Tommy. Oh. Yes, I did remember the mic. Oh my god. Yeah, I did. Fun bit of trivial fact. On the first EU stream, I was basically muted for the first 5 minutes. And because there was a 5-minute delay on the chat, I didn't realize. Well, the 5-minute delay was a disaster. It wasn't a complete disaster. It wasn't the most professional moment of my life. But we've learned. We've walked away from that negative experience with lessons. And that's, you know, you never lose. You win or learn. I think that's some of the best advice I've ever been given by, like, a random meme on the internet. So, thank you, random meme. Alright. Waiting for those grand finals. Trying to keep up with the chat. Oh no. And it looks like ADG Man is here, saying his kid would have played, but it was bedtime for him. Real life does have to come first. I know WoT Blitz, the tournament scene, can be quite demanding in terms of hours required, and not tremendously rewarding unless you're really coming in at the top end of the game, like winning the Twister Cup and whatnot. I think rate to home $50,000 US. So yeah, you know, real life, your studies, your job, all of that first. He says streaming at 4 o'clock in the morning, going to work in like 2 or 3 hours. But yes, absolutely. So ADG Man, I think you made the right call there, sending your son to bed. And Tempest, of course, very strong opponent. Even if your son had been there, it might not have been enough to swing the game round in that team's favour. But very well played by Dunn's Death Squad nonetheless. Kudos to showing up. And of course, it takes a long time to develop a good team. We all start somewhere. There are clans that I see now, a top tier EU server, that really, you know, it took them a long time to grow to where they are now. So never be disheartened on your journey. ADG Man saying he can't play on the tablet, he's a phone guy. I can't play on a phone. I have no idea how. I mean, my kind of ability to play Blitz is very restricted. Can't play it on PC, as I've demonstrated earlier in the stream. I tried it a handful of times on a phone and I've just been like squinting at the tiny screen going, I can't see anything. And I played my dad, Bashmol 9057 on the EU server. He plays on like a huge iPad Pro, like the screen is twice as big as I am. And I can't play it on that. So basically all I can play on is an iPad Pro, like a 10.5 inch iPad Pro. Anything else just feels ungodly, unnatural. It's weird. It's very weird. It's very weird. But I can relate. I can very much relate to that. But we're waiting for that invite. A couple of minutes to go. We've talked about Normandy. Of course, this is the map. I'm not really sure how the NA teams approach this. Obviously, Eros, very sneaky quadruple TD strats. Interesting to see. It's a good map. Another bit of trivia for you. Rumor has it, legend has it, that if you take the Dracula, the tier 7 premium Dracula tank, if you take that with all of the speed upgrades and the speed consumable, if you spawn in the right place and you take the right route, you can get underneath the plane before it crashes. Now, I have never seen this. I don't know if it's possible. I don't know what happens if you do that. But apparently it can be done. So there you go. That's worth trying out if you run out of things to do on World of Tanks Blitz. So actually, let's go back and let's see what is the tiebreaker, because It was very close. Tempest were very close to taking the first game against Rain on Black Goldfield. So it's Dynasty's Pearl, I've just remembered. It's not completely unrealistic to assume that we won't see Dynasty's Pearl. Dynasty's Pearl is a great map. I won't get that. No, it's far too much. Is it too much effort? No, I can do it. I can make a new briefing. We'll pick well the tanks blitz. We'll find Dynasty's Pearl. We'll set it to supremacy. We'll title the room something deep and meaningful. We'll create that briefing. And there we go. Dynasty's Pearl. If we go to a tiebreaker, this is the map that we're going to. Void's Tempest team versus Rain's main team, Rain. C is they kind of have this weird cap in this, whatever this park area is. And for those of you who've seen Bushka's video about this map when it first came out, rumor has it that this is actually the Mothman outline. Don't know if you can see it. You've got the eyes here, little belly. I can see it. It's cute. Anyway, typically B is a hard cap to lock in, but if you can get it, it's quite easy to defend. A is a little bit out of the way. You get some really great individual gameplay on this area here. The angle of the steps, this little hard cover, there's like a monument in the middle there. You can get some really slippy play there. Also, these areas are typically underutilized in randoms, but actually make quite a big showing in Clan Wars. Typically, though, you do see, in randoms at least, a lot of the action is medium tanks, light tanks, fast tanks, trying to control this outside flank here, lock in C, then push through B and win in the city. It's not so easy in Clan Wars because the teams are so much more cohesive, moving together as a unit. So you see some really good rotations. These very straight, relatively flat, very low terrain resistance roads mean that actually even heavy tanks like a Mouse and E100 can rotate very quickly from one side to the other, and you can actually get some really great counter pushes coming out from teams dug into the city, reacting to a push and just slapping down their opponent in great style. So we've got friend requests coming in. Lovely, lovely, love it. Let's go to here. Chat's alive and kicking. Oh, it's Rose. I think this is the same Rose. If this is the same Rose that I think it is, her channel is definitely worth checking out. Miss Salty on Blitz. Hello from Merkavim. Hello to Merkavim. Don't worry, I've seen that invite. You ain't gonna miss it. It's all about sharing the love. And red right hand, bit of a hero. Need creds. LOL. Okay, I don't want to know. I like cookies too. Ah, thank you. Yes, I grew it myself, my beard, didn't I just? Okay. Focus. Focus, rolling. Focus. We're in. We're in. Back for the grand finals. Rain versus Void. Rain's Rain team. Void's Tempest team. All of the good action promised. Looks like North America falling back on the standard workhorses of Clan Wars, and this is actually what we're seeing. Don't know if you've been paying attention to the tank composition over the last couple of battles. The main suspects we're seeing at the moment, lots of IS-4s, lots of 268s, 140s, Bat Chats. At least that's what Rain has been bringing quite reliably. Even the E3 from time to time. The E3, the WZ113, maybe a Clipper tank. Those are more situational. Tempest shuffling their lineup. Exciting times. A best of 3, first 2 victories takes it. Tempest threatened rain on Black Goldville. They weren't quite able to convert the situations into victories, but more than once they had rain on the back foot. So this is not a walk in the park for rain. They've got a lot of work ahead of them. It's not going to be easy. Now, do I think we'll go to a tiebreaker? Potentially, I think Normandy, because it is such a new map, I think it is more likely that Tempest will be able to... It's more likely that against the odds they'll chalk up a win, and we'll see it go to a tiebreaker on Dynasty's Pearl. I kind of hope we get to that pressure situation. Obviously, Rain will be hoping they win 2-0. Tempest will be hoping that they win 2-0. I, on the other hand, I'm all about that tiebreaker. Let's just get those guys going head-to-head, all or nothing, on a map that they've got more experience with. Certainly the fact that Normandy is such a new map. We have to see. So, 2 minutes to go. Looks like the lineups are fairly set now. Tempest. Well, we've got the mouse. We've got a cursor. Yay! Tempest, Hurricane Ike, AJ Gamer 7, Icebreaker Duo, Mocha, Positive, Typhoon Tip, and Moncho Duty. Taking a nice TD lineup. We're seeing double 268s E3. They've got the double IS4 140. Ooh, Mocha's offline. Come back. Positive in the batch at 25T. Similar to the lineup Aeros took in game 1. Just 1 TD weaker. Almost identical. This is the lineup Aeros took in game 2. Across the table, Rain. Triple TD. Are those the same lineups? They are. They are exactly the same lineups. Those are the same tanks in different orders on either side of the team. On either side of the queue. Yeah. So, your guess is as good as mine. It seems like North America has found its Normandy meta. Which is... ironically what Aeros rocked in their second game versus Turcios. So maybe these guys were watching that stream earlier or have had a look at that. That's a good point. If you're watching this, it's not a bad idea if you're playing in tournaments in general to watch these streams, dissect the play of the professionals tournament teams to come up with strats for your own team. Maybe you can adopt them, co-opt them, adapt them. But, you know, it's a good resource for you to use. But we're going in. Whew. Grand finals, all or nothing. Best of 3, first to 2 victories gets the slot in the professionals tournament. The biggest calendar date so far. And it looks like AJ Gamer 7 has spotted that both teams have exactly the same lineup. Let's go to the beach. Let's go get away. And we're going to see that's the plane crashing. Kaboom. And Positive making his way towards D. His Royal Fatness making his way towards C. His Royal Fatness in C slightly before, and he's backed up Rain, stacking C. They're going to get C much quicker than D. TJ playing a bit of a risky game here. He's got the skilled camo though, so that looks absolutely fantastic. TJ in trouble potentially, but no, this is... Oh wow, look at this. The 268s stacked over A. Overwatch. Mocha potentially about to bite a whole lot of nope. Not spotted. Mocha is... If he gets spotted, because they're aware of that... Yeah, that's the double tap! Whew! And now this gives TJ free reign, pun intended, to push into A. But of course, Moncho Duty is right there, ready to return the favor. TJ, though, hull down behind A. Mocker is thinking, oh, I thought it was clear. I thought I was fine. You definitely weren't fine. Tempest, positive blind fire in the corner. There's no one there. Rain with 2 caps to 1. The cap lead is going to start ramping up in their favor. Nike SB, luminous pink camouflage. He is the kind of the anchor for this side of the map. Not spotted by Positive. Potentially Positive. Positive spotted. Mo in the E3 spotted. Gets a big hit. Positive doesn't come out well from that trade. And now Hated Fate in the 268 Chaser is going to establish dominance in the top part of the map. That will make it much harder for Void's Tempest team to push in, round through, and come in through the CD area. And it looks like we're seeing a push for B. Are we seeing a push for B? No, we're not. TJ passively spotting B. This area here, actually, particularly for an IS4, really nice place to kind of base yourself out of for spots. Now, the cap pressure is ticking over in the favor of Rain. They've also got a nice little, well, 2,500 HP advantage. Cap points ahead by over 100. They're sitting pretty with 2 caps to 1. They can just hold tight and wait for Tempest to make the mistakes. And Mocker! That's the first mistake we're talking about. That 140 needs to be sitting safe at the back, waiting to come in for a late game brawl. You can't play aggressively when you've got so few hit points on the board, and now with even less. You really, really need to be staying very safe indeed. Hurricane Ike, Icebreaker duo. They're pushing in, but Positive goes down. The Batchat's hammered. Hurricane Ike, those TDs. Rain playing it beautifully. Hurricane Ike taking an absolute beating. Icebreaker duo looking to put the hurt on Nike, but the problem with this push is, and Typhoon Tip goes down. The problem with this kind of format is, if you push in, focusing on the heavies, the TDs are just going to farm you out of existing. CJ brawling Icebreaker. Mo comes in from the side, and it is 7-on-2, and Rain have played this map to perfection. His Royal Fatness is going to have 3 in the chamber. He'll get 1. Oh, not quite. Moncho Duty goes down to his Royal Fatness. Lining up the shot. His Royal Fatness almost taking a huge amount of damage in through the side. Rain, very comfortable. Very, very comfortable indeed in that battle. We're ready up. Oh, wow. We're ready. Let's go to the chat. Let's respond. Cruel was a hard game. And newbie grinder. You popped up twice on stream. Don't worry about it. And it's 07. See what you did there. Oh shit. Oops, swore. Shoot. 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 We said shoot. Let's just make sure that we are indeed ready. We're ready. We've got 30 seconds to go. Can we answer some more? Oh, I think if we had tournaments earlier, it would be a problem for Eastern and Pacific players. I think they have a bit of a tough bind with North America in general. We're in. 1 second to go. Let's do it. Let's go. Match point to Rain. Back onto Normandy. Ooh. a 183 for Rain. Otherwise, the lineup is the same. They switched out an E3 for a 183, or 268 for a 183. That is 50 Shades of Bold. Tempest, on the other hand, positive straight into C. We're seeing Moncho duty. He's going to have to try and cover A, but his Royal Fatness is just, look at that positioning. Perfect. Defilate is spotted at Moncho duty and he's capped, and it's a double cap lead once again for Rain. Nice and early on, sneaking into A. And B, that middle cap, that no man's land. I was about to say no one would dare cap it, but here is Mokka. Spotted. Getting pushed on by TJ. TJ looking for shots. Doesn't quite have any. Both teams full hit points. Minuscule one-shot advantage to Rain. That being said, Hurricane Ike takes a hammering, gets one into Dragon Krieg. Takes another one from Hated Fate. Dragon Krieg, though, the 183, taking a beating, but the 183 doesn't really matter how many hit points it has because it will be punishing even with one shot in the chamber. And Rain now looking a little bit ropey. They're not doing so well this time. I think the 183 was a mistake and Mokka nails him to the wall. And now there's a huge hit point advantage to Tempest. Can they capitalize? Mokka's going down. He's gone down to his Royal Fatness. Tempest have to keep up the pressure. They've got a 3. Oh, no, they don't. Sorry, it's Rain with the huge hit point advantage. My mistake, getting confused at this late hour. And it is lots of damage coming in. Rain need to keep up the pressure. They're a gun and a gun. They've taken down Typhoon. Hated Fates. 140 Digital Forest Camouflage. Old school. Getting stuck into the back of AJ. AJ Gamers looking for the kill shot on TJ. AJ Gamer goes down to TJ though. Moncho Duty is looking for Fishy. He gets it. But I believe Rain have this one firmly in the bag. Last man standing is positive. 1 on 6. Hated Fate. No shenanigans. No quarters given. Icebreaker Duo, hats off to you, good man. Sportsmanship, one of the most important qualities in any competitive event. And that was Rain, obviously having studied Normandy map, executed to perfection. I got my hit points mixed up there. I thought Tempest had the advantage. In actual fact, Rain carved out a very strong, dominant early lead in cap points. Used that pressure to force Tempest to make mistakes, and then we're able to just bleed them dry of hit points. And Rain looking very competent, very proficient, and very deserving of their slot in the Professionals tournament. Tempest, though, definitely ones to watch in the Ascent tournament, in the top echelon tournament. Certainly a very good team, and giving Rain probably the closest run for their money that they've had in the qualifiers. And that is all she said and wrote. And let's have a look at the current tournament settings. So we know that Rain are through from Group 1. That's your first competitor in the Professionals tournament. In Group 2, we're still waiting for the results. I think actually probably we'll be waiting for the results from most of the other groups. Nope. Rain's Chaos team are through, so it's 2 Rain teams through at the moment. Now Straight and Purple still playing. Pramo and Pincer still playing. Eclipse and Purple still playing. Crimson Tide and, well, Hated's Crimson Tide and Pramo still playing. And Group 8's Pincer and Cruel. Oh, Pincer are through. We've got Pincer's Team Scorpion versus 2 Rain teams in the pros. Yet 5 other results yet to come through. Let's see what's happening. And hello to Locked Brazil, the Brazilian clan. Excellent stuff. Blitz going truly international. The Delta Charlie Romeo DCR clan. It's always a learning curve, mate. You've got to keep at it. You've got to keep pushing. And eventually you will get there. But it takes time. And you've always got to keep up with the top of the field. Yeah, we'll take the friend request, of course. Oh, no, I can't answer that. That's too big a question. I mean, in the context of Blitz, I'd like huge cash prize pools for all the different tournaments and things. But in I don't know. In terms of the real world, of course, you know, we'd have to go full Miss World. Do something like end global poverty or, I don't know. Cure a disease or something. But, you know, it's too hard a question to answer. But it's a good question. It's worth thinking about. Thank you, Hidden Danger from Black Arrow. I will do. It's all about... Oh no, that's a pound sign. Can't be doing that. All about upping that ante. Oh, good lord, I can't spell for love nor money. Oh, we'll take that friend request, of course. So, we're just waiting for the results to come through now. I also said that I would do a platoon game with Blue Monkey Gaming, God bless him. He has been a very ardent follower of the streams over the last couple of weeks, so I would be remiss to lapse on that commitment. So just waiting now. Let's go check those results. Well, actually, let's see what's happening. Maybe does Blitz Assistant show a better result? That's the question. Group 1. Group 1, show me the group. Show me Group 2. Grand Finals. I mean, no, it doesn't show me. It doesn't show me a better thing. No. We won't use Blitz Assistant because we're not sure. Chart. Rain, we know. Vaughn are through. They beat Def V. And it, oh, Rosu. Very good. So we've got Rain, Vaughn, Chaos. Ooh, this is a tough one. Who came out on top here? Straight! Curveball has been thrown. They came back. They lost to Purple's UV team 2-0 in the upper bracket of the finals. Then they had to beat the Russians in the lower bracket of the finals. But they came back and they beat Purple's UV team 2-0 in the grand finals. And that is the one that counts. So straight to through. And that is that diversity we're talking about coming through. Pramo versus Pincer. 2-1 went to a tiebreaker on Dynasty's Pearl. It's Pramo through. Are we going to have any Pincer teams through? Purple versus Void Eclipse. Oh, Void Eclipse shutting Purple out. No Purple teams into the professionals. That is a bit of a hammer blow. And then Group 7, Crimson Tide versus Pramo. Crimson Tide! Hated have beaten the other Pramo team. That, again, is the diversity we're talking about. And then Pincer's team, Scorpion, So basically it is Pincer, Team Scorpion, Hated, Crimson Tide, Void Eclipse, Pramo, Straight, and then it is Rain, Vaughn, and Rain. So that's, for me, that is super interesting. One, because the music has stopped. No, seriously, that's super interesting because you've got 2 teams in through from Rain, but for me, the main thing is you've got 1 clan, 2 clans, still 2 clans, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 clans. So there's a much better representation of different clans on the North American server in the professionals tournament, going through to the top 8. And that is, for me, that's super encouraging. It means that the tournament scene, the competitive clan esports scene, whatever you want to call it, the comp scene on North America is expanding. It's getting more diverse. That is brilliant. So, with that in mind, let's go track down Blue Monkey Gaming for 1 platoon game. I mean, is it like that? We'll send a platoon invite out. We'll see if he accepts. Sorry, I will add to friends. I've been invited to the Ligma Bulls room, so I will decline that room invite. Thank you very much for the positive words. Send me a friend request. Can take so many. Next tie, my god. Ah. Up the ante. Okay, Mendukasai, you win. I tap out. I can't keep up with that amount of love. Ah. Now, Duke 666 salutes the stream. Looks, I don't know. I can't translate that, but I'm assuming it's nice. Thank you. Faux hammer, new phone. Who dis? Is me. Who dis? Ah. A yes, and a huge shout out to Grumbly. Absolutely right. Oh yes, Mendo and Grumbly are in a strange Discord relationship. Absolutely. I will be in work in 2 hours. Oh. Super encouraging, guys. Thank you. Thank you so much for the encouragement. It really... It really makes all the difference to get this. Okay, Soviet Soda. No coins from this stream. If there are coins in future streams, you will be informed a lot by me and in the video description below. No coins for this one, but I hope that you enjoyed the stream nonetheless. Alsace? Alas, no, but I hoped you enjoyed it nonetheless. Oh, 7, buddy. Okay, we're tapping out. Blue Monkey Gaming hasn't accepted the platoon invite. I'm presuming he's gone to bed. Huge thank you for tuning in. It has been me rolling over my green screen. Don't worry about it. It's been an absolute pleasure streaming for you this evening, this morning, whatever time of day or whatever it is for you, for me. I've really enjoyed this. We had a little bit of a technical hiccup early on. We missed the first game, but I think we recovered well. We got to see some really good games. North America is looking super promising for the Professionals Tournament. I will be following Rain. I'm due to be covering all of their Saturday fixtures. That works for me in terms of my work schedule. And I'll also be covering Sunday the 27th of April, I think. And I will try and cover all of the top 4 and also all of America's top echelon championship, which comes later in May after the Ascent tournaments. So really looking forward to doing more streaming for you guys in North America. Please do follow the link to the Discord description. It's in the video description below. So follow the link to the Discord server. Sorry, my brain is turned to mush. It's now 5 o'clock in the morning. I would say I'm going to bed. I'm actually going to work. Thank you so much for tuning in, for being here with me. Looking forward to seeing you again very soon. See you guys. Bye for now. There we go. See you.
See, in this world, there's 2 kinds of people, my friend.
Love this song.
Those with loaded guns, those who dig. You dig.
Finish him!
Entertainment.